Hi, we're Tim and Amy Taylor with Life Together Nicaragua, and we're really excited about your 10 for Change.
We started Life Together in 2012. We first were introduced to Nicaragua on a short-term mission trip with our church back in 2009. Tim and I thought it would be so much fun as a couple to come and just see what the rest of the world was like. So we came to Nicaragua, and there was just something about the place that was just embedded in our heart. And so the next year we were able to lead another mission trip here, and it was on that trip that God just confirmed to us that this is where He wanted us to be. And so we began our preparations of coming here to live here full time with our two boys.
So Life Together Nicaragua impacts the area that we work in. Is a barrio called Cristo Rey, which is Christ the King. First and foremost is our feeding program. Right now we're feeding anywhere between 300 and 350 kids on a daily basis. It's a very much needed thing here. For a lot of the kids, that'll be their primary meal for the day. Also, every Thursday we feed about 100 people that work in the dump that's close to our community. For many of those people, that is the only meal they'll get that day. And it's a way for us just to be involved with the people there. Also, we have an education program. Right now we send 100 kids to a private school where they can get a good education and hopefully change their future. One of the big aspects about that is we want to give the kids hope. When we first started here, most of the kids had no idea what they wanted to be when they grew up. They didn't even know there was options. Now most of our kids feel like there are choices, there are things they can do. They can be doctors and lawyers. We do also build houses for the people in this area. A lot of the houses are built out of garbage or scraps that they can find, so it's a way to give the people a start. It's just a very basic house, 11 by 11 with a concrete floor, but it gets them out of the elements and a chance to start over fresh.
So I want to share a story with you guys about one of our teenage boys. His name is Brian. When we started to have a Friday night youth group, Brian would come, and you could tell he just was making some bad decisions in his life. He was hanging around a lot of kids who used drugs. I think he was being pressured into selling the drugs, and he would come and kind of just sit in the back of our youth group and not really participate. We began to do a series called I Am Second here, and as we showed these videos and just talked and shared about who God was, Brian began to move forward in his chair, and he'd raise his hands to participate, or he would ask questions, and we could see him making a change for the better. In 2016, we took Brian to camp, and it was there that Brian accepted Christ as his Savior. And so last year, we accepted him into our student program, and he came in, and normally I wouldn't have accepted him. His grades were not passing. He was not doing well in school. But I made the exception for him, and he began to excel. He was getting 80s and 90s in his classes, and just seeing a huge change in this boy's life. Brian will always have a special place in our heart, no matter where he goes in life, no matter what happens. Brian is truly a special boy, and God truly does have special things and plans for his life.
When talking about the 10 for Change, you think $10, what could $10 do? It seems like such a small amount, but here it's such a huge thing. For instance, for $10, we could feed 20 people in the dump for one day, provide meals, a huge meal for them. One child in our feeding program could be fed for a month for $20. We could cover medical costs for several kids. We could school supplies for our kids, which is always much needed. The daily operations to supply, whether it's the internet, the computers, whatever we need for our children, it's really amazing what $10 can do here. Sometimes in the States we just think, oh, $10, that's a couple cups of coffee. But here, it's a life-changing, it's hope, it's a future for a lot of our children.
Some of the things that you can help partner with us, first and foremost, is prayer. We definitely always need prayer. It's Tim and I and our boys here who run this organization. And so just prayer for discernment, and that God would just always be the forefront in our ministry and our organization. Prayer for the country of Nicaragua, for our students, for our staff, everybody involved. Just continued prayer with them. Our kids in our feeding program, you can support them monthly to provide food for them every single month. You can support a student for the year, which is $40 a month. The feeding program is $20 a month per child. Just helping with our daily budget. It costs a lot of money doing what we do on a monthly basis, so any type of financial support would be fantastic. To come down and use your gift that God gave you, because everybody has the gifts, and just use those gifts to change the people of Nicaragua, especially Cristo Rey, to change your own life. What a huge blessing that will be. I mean, we speak from experience. A mission trip changed our life drastically, and God always tells us, He commands us to go. We just need to know when and where. And so we would invite you to come whenever VisionLaunch comes back down, and just come and share life together with us.
Thanks. We hope to see you soon.